Making his way to the blue corner, representing roaming from Birmingham, it is Connor Allen.
One bad man. With bad man ain't no running. Bad man no wear tight pants with him gunning. So why them disrespect me, don't him? Pure bad gal they around me and they running. Cause when you fuck with bad man, can't miss me. But they in a Versace and the gal them want kiss me. Pull off in the Rari cause we parking up the Bentley. Pussy them a pre me cause me shoot them Giuseppe. Me loading up me semi cause bad man never running. Pull it down and war take on whatever.
Twist cabbage off instant. Niggas don't know shit. Split three killers. Detroit players, Tim's for my hooligans in Brooklyn. Dead right, if the head right, Biggie there, air night. Papa been school since days of under rules. Never lose, never choose to. Bruise, cruise to, do something to us. Talk, go through us. Girls want to us, wanna do us, screw us. Who us? Yeah, Papa and Mama. Close like Starsky and Hutch, stick to clutch. Yeah, I squeeze three at your cherry M3. Bang every MC.
Here we go, now you have fighting out of the blue corner. Let's cheer it for Connor Allen. And to my right, fighting out of your red corner, you have Troy Duxbury. This fight is over 3-2.
Hey, it's bout number 8. And a late replacement, Scott Percival, is in. He's in for Connor Allen, who was originally sanctioned to fight Troy Duxbury. So we've got Scott in there against Troy. And we have an interesting fight on the agenda here, Dan. 8 fights in, and everyone's been good so far. PBL13 delivering so far, guys. Thanks for tuning in, or thanks for joining and watching. All well-matched fights this evening.
Yeah, it's been some really good fights, but this one looks a little more technical, bit of a cagey start, both men kind of sizing each other up.
Well, this is what I love with the PBL, because if there's not action in the first 30 seconds, it's cagey, isn't it? But you can see Troy, I'm gonna use the term coiled spring, because you can see what he's waiting to do, get in range, and then as soon as he does, he's gonna let him fly.
Yeah, you could see him at the start. He was bouncing on his toes. You can see what his intentions are going to be, but he's in there against Scott. Scott's quite experienced, just kind of leaning back and getting that left hand out and being a moving target, really. So Troy's, you can see what he's trying to do. He's trying to pin him down.
Scott is going to be really hard to hit. The way he's moving, the way he's dipping down, he is going to be awkward as hell to land on. That is for sure.
Troy's just got to be careful when he comes forward. Don't be too greedy.
Oh, it's a good right hand there from Scott.
Excellent shots from both men, but Troy coming forward's just got to be a bit smart. He's got to try and land that jab first and not load up on his shots. If he loads up in his shots, I don't think he will land on Scott.
Well, this one, obviously, as you mentioned before, a lot more technical. They're not flying in like we've seen the heavyweights and the super heavyweights do earlier on. But you know what? That's a nice little jab. That this is more for the purists. But obviously, they've only got 3 rounds to work in. There we go.
Yeah, it was really technical the first round, and I think you can see what Troy's intent is. He wants to get in the front foot, he wants to let his shots go, but you can't do that against someone like Scott, because Scott's been there, he's done it. You can see he's on the back foot, he's leaning back, he's a moving target. So Troy's got to show real good patience here, and he's got to work behind that jab. And like I said during the first round, he cannot load up on his shots. If he loads up on his shots, he's going to miss, and Scott's going to counter him. But close first round.
It is, but you know, when you've got someone that awkward in front of you as in Scott, it can be frustrating. So you've got to keep your composure, you've got to keep it basic, and when you're in range, you've got to really make them count because you're not going to get too many opportunities.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was thinking there. Like, both men are having a real good look and they're not committing fully
out,
because
please.
in a fight like
Seconds
this, one or two combinations can lose you the round. So you've got to be really economical with what you're doing and really careful.
But Lee's quite dangerous with the swings, you know. He's throwing these wild swings in, and Troy just needs to be careful. So you can see Troy's quite an orthodox fighter, isn't he?
Yeah, quite orthodox.
But when you've got someone unorthodox in front of you, that can really confuse you for a round or two. Because some of Lee's moves, they're just not. They're not like natural to like an orthodox boxer, are they? They're very jerky and very awkward.
Yeah. And Troy's got to be careful he's not old manned out the fight by those sort of by the movements, by the jerky movements, by the feinting, by the moving. Troy needs to get his jab out now, and he needs to potentially just double it up and triple it up a little bit.
And you know what? The first movement of his front foot needs to be quick. Get your feet right in, real quick, and then you're in range to throw your shots. That's it, exactly like that. And that's where he wants him. But then Lee comes back firing, and that's the thing. He's so awkward. He's an absolute nightmare to fight. Yeah, I've said Lee, but I meant Scott. Because I know someone called Lee Percival. Apologies to Scott there. But yeah, Scott is so awkward. The way he's throwing his shots, you just cannot switch off for a second.
Yeah, he is awkward, and Troy's quite conventional, like he says, but he needs to be unconventional. He needs to keep Scott guessing. He needs to, like say, double that jab up, triple that jab up. Just do something a little bit different.
See, that's nice balanced shots there from Troy. See, when he's
job.
catching them nice and balanced there, that's exactly what he needs to do. And doing that, he's won the round. But again, Scott, the way he's throwing the shots off the back foot, almost like a bit of panic sets in. He throws them, and they can knock you down. They can take you off guard completely.
So you give Troy the second round. I think I give him the second round. What about the first round? How are you feeling about that?
The way I see it is that Scott didn't throw enough. So he was kind of fighting in bursts. Very awkward. It's hard, but I probably would have edged it to Troy.
So you've got Troy 2 up?
Probably, but the first one was really close.
Seconds out, please. Seconds out.
But Scott's experience, you know what I mean? He's one of them guys who's experienced at just not getting hit.
Yeah, he's experienced, but if he is 2 rounds down, like what you say, by how he's been fighting for the first 2 rounds, I don't see how he's going to change it. I don't see how he's going to come forward and make a statement and get a stoppage.
Well, you can see right now he's come out swinging. So look, he's coming out absolutely. He's going on the front foot, so he's changing everything here, and he's going for that win. Now, whether he's been told get out there, you're 2 down, you need to stop him.
Yeah, but I think if he does, he had some success coming forward there. But I think if he does, if he does come forward, that might suit Troy. Troy might be able to get his shots off.
I don't know, you know. I think I like Scott coming forward like that because it takes away the jab. There, it just it's quite dangerous. But that's good. That's good shots there from Troy. Very good. And I think it was the body shot that went under there. I think that was the body shot. And I think that's all she wrote, you know. The ref's giving him absolutely every chance.
Do you know what, Ake? Scott went for it in the last round, and that was his undoing. When he was on the back foot, he was cagey, he was moving. He wasn't getting tagged with anything too clean. But like I say, when you go on the front foot and you start looking for a stoppage, you put yourself in a vulnerable position, and Troy just backed him up really nicely there. A few shots to the head, sunk it to the body where he weren't expecting it, and like you say, that's all she wrote.
Well, you can tell it was a good body shot because he's still over here on his knees. But yeah, I like it. He worked him upstairs and boom, underneath.
Yeah. Impressive stoppage from Troy.
And impressive tunes going on from the DJ too. So if you are tuning in to watch, after the next bout we're going to have a short interval where I believe there'll be an auction. So there we go, good win for Troy, and we're about to get the officials from Mike.
Ladies and gentlemen, by way of knockout, your winner is, in the red corner, Troy Duxbury.
Right, we've got the winner, Troy, with us. An awkward opponent there, quite awkward to work out in the first round, wasn't he? But eventually, you closed the show in style.
Yeah, respect with me came in last minute when a little pussy pulled out. So, all credit to my man.
Now, obviously, it was a body shot that finished it. You went upstairs and boom, you landed it underneath. Was that something you worked on?
Yeah, that's what we do, man. The slugger.
No, it was a good shot. It was a good shot. Did you expect it to stay down off it?
Yeah, you ain't getting up from them ones. Oh.
Troy, what do you want to do next, mate? Because you're obviously a good fighter. What do you want to do next on the PBL?
Fight.
Anyone? The can man? Anyone can get it?
I don't know anyone who's on the promotion, mate.
Listen, this guy obviously will fight absolutely anyone. Troy, give me a final message.
Yo, shout me mum out. Shout me mum and dad watching it at home. Love yous.
Top man. He shouted out his mum and dad, so you got to respect that. Well done, Troy. Top man.